Hello. I'm John Hendrick, Senior Technical Writer for Wallaroo. This video is part of the ongoing series about using a forecast model to predict bike rentals using Wallaroo for deployment, access data connection details, and in this video, for automation. Once a model is deployed and the surrounding framework is established, we can use Wallaroo to automate the process using an ML workload orchestration. Orchestrations are instructions written in Python that include whatever artifacts and Python libraries needed to run those Python scripts. If you want to check it out now, you can find this tutorial and others on the Wallaroo documentation site at docs.wallaroo.ai, with links to this tutorial sample notebooks, models, and other assets. If you want to try Wallaroo for yourself, register for a free Wallaroo Community license, and you can deploy a Wallaroo instance into your Kubernetes cluster in just a few minutes. Let's go back to our forecast model. We've set it up so we can use a Wallaroo connection to create a connection to a Google BigQuery dataset to draw down information, perform inferences, then store the results. Suppose we want to run this every few weeks so we can prepare our bike rentals to have enough stock and employees to service customers. Rather than having someone go through this process every few weeks, we can prepare our orchestration, then set up a recurring task from that orchestration. So let's start with the standard steps, deploying our pipeline, and now let's look at our orchestration details. The script is stored in main.py as our entry point. A requirements.txt file specifies what libraries are needed to be included for this script to run. Let's examine our script. In a lot of ways, it looks just like the code samples we've shown in the series. Connect to a Wallaroo instance. You get data using the details stored in a Wallaroo connection. Perform an inference, and then store the inference results in a table. For our orchestration, there's some additional details. First are the task arguments. This allows us to create an orchestration, then pass it optional parameters when we launch it as a task. In this case, I can specify the workspace, pipeline, and the connection it uses, so I'm not limited to just a hard-coded set of instructions to run this orchestration. Since I'm using the asynchronous method parallel infer, I'm also wrapping this method into an asynchronous method. When that's done, I zip the orchestration elements and then upload them into the Wallaroo instance with the upload orchestration method. Once uploaded, Wallaroo verifies it, then packages it into a container for later use. Which will be now. When the orchestration is ready, I can use it to create a task, the schedule that performs the instructions from the orchestration with the parameters I send it. Tasks come in either run once or run scheduled variety. Run once means create a single task run and then execute until it completes. Run scheduled means every time the scheduled pattern is met, create a task run and do this until the task is canceled or killed. The schedule pattern is in the Kubernetes cron format. Here's the easy way to think about it. Orchestrations are the instructions to follow. Tasks is the schedule and parameters based on the orchestration. Task run is the actual execution of a task and has its own log files showing what happened in executing the orchestration's instructions. Run once will just have one task run, while run schedule will have multiple task runs, one for each time the schedule pattern is met. For our example, we'll create a run once task in the orchestration. Once created, it will fire off a task run. We can track the task run going from created to ready, which means it's now executing. And we can watch the results as the instructions run by looking at the task run log files. I added in a wait time to give the task run a time to complete. And now we can see the results. Orchestrations give you the ability to execute repeated instructions and execute them as needed or on a schedule. This allows you to focus on other things, like checking out the other tutorials on the Wallaroo tutorial GitHub repository, or all the reference documentation at docs.wallaroo.ai. And if you want to try Wallaroo for yourself, download a free Wallaroo Community license and give it a spin. I'm John Hendrick, Senior Technical Writer for Wallaroo. Thanks for watching.